That's happening in the United States of America. Masked men jumping out of unmarked cars, people disappearing, no due process. No oversight, zero accountability happening in the United States of America today. People ask, well, is authoritarianism, you're being hyperbolic? Bull, we're being hyperbolic.
After 93 separate attacks on ICE agents in their facilities this year alone, you would think the Democrats would step back and say, maybe we should tone down our rhetoric and stop calling ICE agents Nazis and Gestapo. But of course, you can't have any of that. And this leads to Bakari Sellers making one of the worst possible arguments I've ever seen, and with Ben Ferguson calling him out on it. But before we get to these clips, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video so we can break through the algorithms. Here we go.
When Democrats like Gavin Newsom did say that these people are part of an authoritarian government, when the left-wing media lies about what they're doing, when they lie about who they're arresting, when they lie about the actual job of law enforcement, what they're doing is encouraging crazy people to go and commit violence.
This is extremely disturbing that there's another one of these types of shootings. I think we've got to deal with this as a country, first of all. But I also, just for starters, I'm curious, how does it help to have the vice president say that?
Because the third one in Texas. I mean, if you know people that work in law enforcement, my family does, I know ICE agents in Texas. This is the third attack we've seen in Texas, in the same district as the man in charge today was saying. Like, this is the second time he's had to have a press conference today.
Who was killed today? Who was killed today?
So you're saying since it
That's
wasn't...
not what I'm at. No.
So you're saying since it wasn't... It was innocent people that were killed today.
Don't put words in my mouth.
You asked a question. I'm answering your question. You're saying since it wasn't ICE agents that were killed, that therefore it's a null and void conversation?
No. That's not what I'm saying at all.
Are you kidding me?
That's gaslighting. I'm asking you a simple question because when J.D. Vance went up there, and when you're coming up here...
This is not a good argument from you.
First of all,
innocent people got shot today, and you're like, well, it wasn't ICE agents that got shot.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that the division that you all are sowing in this country...
I'm not sowing anything. I'm saying protect all law enforcement.
Because of the simple fact, yes, protect
Gavin Newsom went on TV last night. Did you see what he said? He said, ICE agents are authoritarian. You don't think that can inspire someone to do that?
ICE agents should be able to come home every single night. And so don't put words in my mouth. I am acting like it, first. And second, the fact that you and J.D. Vance and every other Republican can go on here and talk about...
We're not shooting people. We're not shooting people. The left is shooting people, and they're being inspired by that.
That is the low.
I'm sorry. I have a friend that got shot and assassinated 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
I'm a little bit hot on this one because you guys have been irresponsible with the rhetoric that is coming out from people on the left. Gavin Newsom went on TV last night. Hold on. Gavin Newsom went on TV last night and disparaged ICE agents, attacked ICE agents, said they're authoritarian.
But before you even get to the
evidence, what is the evidence? Watch what he said last night on late night television.
I'm not talking about that, Ben, because you come on here and you gaslight and you.
I'm not gaslighting.
Let me finish my sentence, please. You come on here and you gaslight and you put words in my mouth. And that's not what I said.
You interrupted me and said you got shot.
Can you just let him Ben, in the interest, hold on, Ben, in the interest of finishing this conversation,
what I want you to do is not only lift up those ICE agents. What I'm trying to get you to do is also lift up those people who were killed. Because when you do not lift up those people who were killed, as well as those law enforcement officers, you sow division in this country. And that's what I'm saying.
Let me say this.
Here's where I agree with
Abby, let me say this. Look at the bullets that are on the ground.
Ben,
here's where I agree. Here's where I agree with Ben.
I'm going to hit a pause on that and let other people.
Here's where I agree with Ben, all right? When the goal clearly was to hurt ICE agents, it matters. And I think that applies not just to ICE, but to law enforcement across the country. We should be angrier when law enforcement are targeted in this country.
Thank you.
Period. Now, that is a separate issue from linking rhetoric to saying that's why this has happened. They're doing this.
It was written on the bullet stand.
I understand that, but that doesn't mean...
You don't have to connect dots here.
Of course you do.
He wrote it down so he didn't have to connect dots.
I know his motives. I'm not questioning his motives.
So then the motive was anti-ICE rhetoric.
Well, did it say rhetoric on the? Because I thought
it said anti-ICE, and when you have people out there literally 8 hours earlier,
right? So, but here's what
attacking ICE agents.
I'm not going to hold people accountable for everything someone else says and say, oh, well, this guy must have done it because this guy said it over there.
It should not be this hard for people to understand. After the assassination of my friend Charlie Kirk, I would hope, and after multiple attacks on ICE facilities, I would hope that leaders of the Democratic Party, and one of those leaders is Gavin Newsom, would know better than to go on TV and to say that ICE agents are the bad guys and that they're authoritarian, and then expect that no one's going to listen to what he's saying or respond to it.
Okay.
There should be more accountability for that.
Let me just ask you a question about that, okay? Because I think at the heart of so much of this is your insistence that using certain words leads to violence. Is that what you're saying?
Calling people fascists and Nazis
All right.
and authoritarian, yeah.
So when
Yes.
Rand Paul posted this today,
this is the whataboutism.
No. I'm just here. Hold on. Rand Paul said YouTube admitted the authoritarian Biden regime ordered them to censor Americans. He used the word authoritarian.
Yes, is it true or false?
Okay, and then let me hold on,
yes.
and then let me play. This is Donald Trump. Just Donald Trump. Listen.
It's a choice between communism and freedom. This is communist, this is Marxist, this is fascist. This is a radical left Marxist, communist, fascist. She's a Marxist, she's a fascist.
We have short memories around here.
Who's running for
I guess
mayor in
what
New
I'm
York City?
what I'm saying, Ben, what I'm asking you, Ben. Last thing,
Communist?
okay,
Is
guys.
it socialist?
Guys, hold on.
He's not off.
No.
You guys are running
Ben,
right here.
He was calling Biden a communist.
Ben, he was talking about
I understand.
Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. Hold on a second, okay? I have a question for you. Are you so committed to this idea that we should just ban certain words from the lexicon? Authoritarian, fascist, Nazi, communist. Should we just ban them because they're all leading to violence? Or is it just that it's not okay when your political opponents use them?
I think you're incredibly smart, and I think that you're smart enough to realize. No, I think you're smart to realize that when you demonize law enforcement to the point where what is happening is becoming regular against ICE agents because it's coming from people like Gavin Newsom, we should know that there is a correlation there.
Hold on. I take your point.
So let's rewind back to the beginning where Bakari Sellers made a complete fool of himself by interrupting Ben Ferguson's point that all of this rhetoric from the left is going to inspire the crazies of the Democrat Party to come out and commit these attacks. Okay, but of course, what's Bakari Sellers worried about? Who was actually killed in this attack? We know who the targets actually were, but the people who ended up dying were the illegal immigrants who were being detained in that facility. Okay, but Bakari Sellers doesn't seem to understand that it doesn't matter who was killed. The motive behind this was an attack on ICE agents for performing their lawful duties, right? All they're doing is rounding up and deporting criminal, illegal aliens. And that's it. And that act, for whatever reason, makes them Nazis and Gestapo, which of course puts a target on their back. Okay, but then you're going to have Abby Phillips come out and say, well, okay, here's the whataboutism. The two sides actually call each other fascists, etc. Okay, but the only difference, in my opinion, is that on the right, when we actually say these words, we have facts and evidence to back it up. We know for a fact that the Biden regime, including the FBI, etc., were out there canceling people, prosecuting people, persecuting people, debanking people that didn't agree with the Biden administration. They were out there investigating Catholics and people going to school board meetings as domestic terrorists, okay? That is what the FBI was doing. And they were only too happy to deplatform anyone that was going against the official mainstream media narrative. And as far as the attack, supposedly, of calling people communists and Marxists, that's what a lot of these people are. AOC, Bernie Sanders, we know they're socialists. Mamdani, we know he's a socialist communist. This is nothing that's being hidden. These are actual truths going on out there, all right? So those are facts on the ground. But on the left, what's their rhetoric? Oh, the ICE agents out there actually performing their duties, actually enforcing federal law. Oh, they're the masked Gestapo. And why are they hiding their faces? Oh, is it because the left was out there doxing the ICE agents so their families would be threatened in an attempt to get them to stop them from doing their job? And so now, of course, they're masking up to protect themselves. So once again, we see the left creating the very scenario they're now decrying. And the whataboutism argument doesn't work because on the right, show me all the attacks on the Antifa, on the BLM, on the Marxist communists, etc. that are in this country. Where are they? I don't see them. But in the meantime, what are we actually seeing? An escalation in violence and tension among people on the left. And of course, everyone wants to say, oh, the stats don't back that up. It's really the right who were violent. Yeah, conveniently, when you leave out the Summer of Love and all of the violent Antifa BLM protests that were happening, it's really easy to skew those numbers. So it's high time for Democrats to actually sit down and have a thoughtful conversation about the things they're actually saying and who they're actually inspiring. Because what we're seeing in the news on the daily does not back up their claims. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and stay safe out there, people, because they're coming after you. Do you like t-shirts? Of course you do. And now you can support the channel by buying an Angry Teacher t-shirt designed by me, Angry Teacher. So if you like America, if you like freedom, if you like liberty, then go ahead and click the link in the description, where all designs, of course, are 100% mother approved. So enjoy yourself and find something you like today.